Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome to another Buzzing Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya. And to today's topic, how much will it really cost you to come out here for a 2-week holiday? Now this is a very subjective conversation because it depends on how much you are enthusiastic with the nightlife and all those kind of things. But what I've done is I've gone through a list here of things that I think you're definitely going to have to spend and give you a kind of ballpark figure as to where you should be sitting in terms of what to expect cost-wise. What I would like to do is ask you guys, please drop your comments below. What do you think is the required amount to come out here for a 2-week holiday to enjoy yourself? If I've missed anything, please add it in. Hopefully I haven't, but if I have missed anything, please add it in. If you disagree with some of the prices I'm coming up with, again, please tailor them and give your experiences. I've stayed here and it was this, or, just try and help out so people watching this video can get a bit more of a ballpark idea as to what to expect when you come out here for a 2-week holiday. All right, now don't worry, you're not going to sit here looking at me or my slowly coming together new studio that we're working on. I will put some overlays on top of recent walkabouts I've done, so at least it will give you something to look at while you're listening to me going on about what I think it's going to cost for a 2-week holiday. All right, so let's get started, let's get into it, and let's talk about what's it going to cost for 2 weeks here in Pattaya. All right, so the first thing we've got to think about is obviously you've got your flights. You've got to get out here. Now, with the current fuel increases and everything, it seems to me to be the average that the flight's roughly about between £600 to £1,500, depending on where you're flying from. So I've based this cost based on the fact that you may be flying from the UK, and these are the kind of figures that I'm finding. So it's like £600 to £1,500. I don't know, guys, if you've got a particular airfare or a website you can recommend where you can get cheaper flights or you get your best flight, please drop the link below and, where would you go to book your flights? But roughly speaking, it seems to be about £600 to £1,500 to get a flight out here. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive now than what it used to be, and hopefully in the not too distant future, if they do sort out the price war with all the fuel and everything like that, hopefully that will start to come down. Now, a lot of the flights will include insurance. Those of you that don't, you have to get your insurance to come out. As you know, you've got to have a minimum cover of $10,000 US. I'm not going to include that in this quote, in this price, only because it's very subjective to how old you are, your health conditions, stuff like that. So I'm going to leave that one out, but please remember when you are putting your figures together that is a figure that you will need to include based on your own age and health, etc. So I have left that out deliberately, but it will be part of your costs. So once you get here, obviously you get your luggage, you get out the door. Next thing you've got to do is you've got to get a taxi. The average taxi nowadays from the airport back into Pattaya is around about 1,000 baht to 1,300 baht. There are some that are slightly cheaper, there are some that are slightly more expensive. If you do have a good name for a taxi and a number, feel free to share it, drop their comment, drop their phone number below, and guys, get in touch. It's always nice to network and share good services that you can recommend. So obviously you've got a taxi. It's about 1,000 baht to 1,300 baht, and don't forget that's both ways. So obviously you've got to come here, get to the city, and then later on, sadly, you're going to have to go back home, and you're going to need a taxi to take you back to the airport. Hotels, again, it's a difficult one really, because some people, like for myself, when I used to come here as a tourist, I wasn't interested in the hotel. I would spend as little time in the hotel as physically possible. Literally, it would be to shower and to sleep, and that would be it. I would be out the door at the crack of dawn, and I wouldn't come back until I literally needed to shower and change my clothes and then go out again. Having said that, there are guys out there that love the hotel. They like sitting around the pool and all those kind of things. Each to their own. I'm not saying you're right or wrong. I'm just saying it's just subjective to how and what you want to do in terms of your own holiday expectations. So I was looking around. I've been trying to find some rough prices. They seem to be, an average hotel seems to be around about 800 baht up to about 1,500 to 2,000 baht per night. And again, like I said, it really does depend on your own personal preferences, whether you want a swimming pool, a gymnasium, what size room you want, whether you want a king size bed or a single, there's so many different variables. But in general, it seems that the average cost is about 800 baht up to about 2,000 baht max. But if you do know a good hotel that's a really good room, drop the comment below. What hotel are you using and what are you paying? Let us know, share the information. Let's get it across the community here and try and help each other out. So you've got your flight, you've got out here, you've got your taxi, you're down in the hotel, you booked your hotel for your 14 nights. Food. You're going to have to eat. It goes without saying. Now, I know some of you say, well, I eat once a day because I'm busy drinking myself and having fun. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to eat. Now, it depends on you as an individual as to what kind of food you eat. If you're very lucky that you can eat Thai food, well, now you've just really reduced your costs considerably. You know, the average Thai meal out here is about 40 to 60 baht. You know, if you have two or three meals a day, breakfast, lunch and dinner, you know, you're talking like less than 200 baht a day to eat Thai food. However, if you're not into the spicy food and all that kind of stuff, and you opt for like more Western food, well, now you're talking a different ball game. You know, you're talking an average meal out here is about 150 to 250 baht, depending on what you eat. And obviously you've got to do that 3 times a day. So you are nudging up now towards like 800 baht a day. And remember, these are just guidelines. This is not fixed in stone. This is just simply looking at it from the outside in, saying, well, maybe you'll eat 2 times a day, maybe you'll eat 3 times a day. Maybe you're one of those people that likes to graze it. You know, you just eat little bits, you know, very frequently. Or, I mean, I eat twice a day. So I have my meal in the morning, and then I don't eat again until about 7 o'clock in the evening. I have my dinner, and that's it. I'm a two meal a day kind of guy. I know people that eat 3 or 4 meals a day, so I know I look like I do, but anyway. But the point being is, it does dramatically affect your budget if you cannot eat Thai food, because it is a lot more expensive out here. There are very, very good restaurants out here. There are lots of special offers, so make sure when you are here, walk around, have a look around. You know, there's some really good restaurants here that do offer special deals and meal, you know, the dish of the day, special of the day. So do check it out. I'm not saying it's going to be always expensive, but you need to budget for that accordingly. Drinks. This is probably going to be the second most expensive, and you know what would be the most expensive, but this will probably be about the second most expensive part of your holiday. Now, depending on you as an individual, what time do you like to go out? If you're an afternoon drinker through into the evening, well, then you're going to be drinking for 8, 9, 10 hours. If you're here on holiday and you think, it's a hell with it, I'm just going to have a great time. I don't care about anything else. I'm just going to go and have my fun. You know, day after day, 14 days, that's a lot of drinking. And if you go out and you're looking around for happy hours, you know, those kind of things that are out there, there are the opportunity to get happy hours, but it will be balanced off later on in the evening if you're in the go-go bars and you're around LK Metro or Walking Street or some of the beer bar complexes. You know, the prices can go up. So in general, what can you expect? Well, basically, a happy hour drink here is roughly between 50 to 70 baht on average. And these are just ballpark figures, but it's on average what you can expect. Likewise, after happy hour, you know, most of the beer bars will be charging 80 to 90 baht for a beer, depending on where you are. And if you're in the go-go bars and the high-end clubs and stuff like that, you're looking at 100 baht plus for a drink. So bear that in mind. I will give you some figures at the end of this video as to what I've worked out roughly based on how many drinks you drink per hour and how many hours and stuff. So I'm going to come up with a figure at the end, but it is very, very subjective as to how many drinks you can drink and how long you go out drinking for. You know, I'm a steady drinker, so I'll go out at like 1, 2 in the afternoon, I'll have a couple of beers an hour, and I'll be home by 8, 9 o'clock. Now, I know that's not what you guys are gonna do, because you're coming out here to rack it up and have fun. Fair play to you, total respect, go out there and annihilate yourselves and have a good time. But it's just one of those things you need to balance the books and think, well, how much is that gonna cost, and work it out from there. Transportation. So, you know, you are going to need to get around the city. Now, it depends on where you are staying, will depend on how much money you're going to spend on transport. If you're taking some of the hotels that are further out the city centre or not in the hub like Soi Buakhao area or near close to Walking Street, well, then you're going to need some form of transport. Now, of course, you can walk. That's not a bad thing. It's probably a good thing, really. But in fairness, you are going to think about things like BART buses. And we've got the BART buses that do the circuit, so they go all the way down Second Road, back round Beach Road. They do that continual circuit, and they're 10 baht a jump on, jump off. They are getting a little bit sharp on the buses now, so what they will tend to do is go down Second Road, up to Naklua roundabout, and stop and make you get out. Then they'll ask you to get back on again and charge you another 10 baht. So just be aware, but you know, again, if you're doing 3 or 4 journeys a day, it may well add up. Likewise, you might want to use the motorbike taxis. Now we have the motorbike taxi ranks where they'll just sit there in the orange tabards and they will be approaching. Always haggle your price. Never accept the price they give you. Just tell them it's too expensive. Say, come on boss, I need a good price, and they will knock it down a little bit. Remember, they're trying their best to get as much money out of you as easily as possible, and you've just got to be a little bit cute with what you're paying. Don't overpay. As well as the motorbike taxis, if you go to places like the Avenue Mall, you will see actual taxi rank cars sat there, and you can go and hire the car. They are a little bit more expensive. Some will operate the meter and some will offer you a ride without the meter on a fixed price. Again, you know, just be a little bit aware of your circumstances, discuss the price, figure it out. What I would recommend, and those people that are out here that have used this, and you know what I'm going to say, but I would recommend using the Bolt app. For the simplistic reason being is that it overcomes a few hurdles. Number one, they know where you are because it tells them on the app. Number two, you can tell them where you want to go rather than try and fumble your way through in Thai if they don't understand a lot of English or you're not quite sure where you're going. At least on the map you can figure it out, drop the pin, and they will know exactly where to go. And you can actually follow the route while you're sat in the vehicle or on the back of the motorbike on your phone. So you will know where you're going. And also, it's a lot cheaper. Right now, as it has been since they started, they've been really undercutting the prices here, and it's a very, very competitive market. So you can get what would be, say, 150 baht fare, you can pick that up for 50, 60 baht. So if you are outside the city centre, or you are looking at air-conditioned cars more than you are motorbikes and stuff like that, or walking, get yourself on Bolt. It really will save you a lot of money. Now, your biggest expense has to be entertainment. So if you're coming out here for a 2-week blast and you're gonna be looking to go around the go-go bars and finding yourself some female company, you know, no dramas at all, guys, each to your own, fair play, fill your boots. But it's gonna come at a cost. And I'll tell you the biggest rogue in the costs is the internet. It's destroyed it out here, it really has. Nowadays, girls are thinking, well, hang on, I can just twinkle my eyes and a guy will send me money on the internet, on, you know, all these chat groups, and they really are commanding a high rent, it's a terrible word, sorry, a high rate for what the evening entertainment would have cost you, say, 3 years ago. So when you come out here, be prepared. It's not going to be a nice pill to swallow, it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow compared to what you were thinking 3 years ago. Nowadays, the list here I've got here is if you go into a beer bar, so the bar fine, which if you're not sure what the bar fine is, that's to enable you to go out and spend the evening with the said lady of your choice. You're looking at 300 to 500 baht as a bar fine. When you're drinking in there, don't forget, very, very rarely will a guy walk in and just pay a bar fine and walk straight back out again. You're going to sit down there, you've got to get to know the girl, you're going to be buying her drinks. So her drinks are going to be roughly about 100 baht a drink in a beer bar because she will get a commission off of that drink. If you go to a go-go bar, well, now you're going to have your pants down literally because it's going to be much more expensive. Because of the environment you're in, because of the theme and everything else, you are going to be paying a lot more. So the average a go-go bar fine is between 500 baht up to 2,000 baht. Some may even charge more. So guys, again, you know, what's your current bar fineable rate that you found if you've been here on holiday? Where do you feel the bar fines sit in terms of the costs? Because you're in the go-go bar, you are going to be paying premium rates for lady drinks. You'll be looking at 150 upwards. So again, you know, if she's drinking 2 drinks in an hour and they're 150, there's 300 baht. You know, it just starts adding up on top of your bar fine plus well, what your company will be asking you to pay her. So it is going to start stepping up. It's going to start becoming a little bit more expensive. And we have the internet to thank for that. You know, unfortunately, the girl, you know, I have respect for the girls. They're trying to earn as much money as they can in the easiest possible way. And the internet has just provided them with that and dropped it on their lap and they've gone, thank you very much. There are gentlemen's clubs here. They're a little bit less than what you would pay in a go-go bar. So if you go into a gentlemen's club, the bar fine is averaging between 500 to 1,000 baht. And the lady drink is around about the 120 baht mark. I'm not saying everyone, I'm just saying average. So again, you know, just build that picture in your mind. Think about what it's going to cost you when you're walking out the door. Another cost that maybe is overlooked is consumables. You know, if you're in your room, you might want water, you might want some soft drinks, you might even want some alcoholic drinks. You're going to be stocking up your fridge. Likewise, you might want some grab snacks, some crisps or some, just general snack bites that you can grab at a minute's notice when you're feeling a little bit peckish. Toiletries, you're going to need like toilet roll and shower gel and sun cream, all these kind of things that you're going to need that maybe you've just overlooked until you get here and think, oh man, I need to get that. I appreciate many of the hotels will provide you with toilet rolls and some will even provide you with water every day. I'm not saying that they won't, I'm just saying be prepared if you don't have that facility. Certainly the cheaper hotels, I would guess, are less likely to provide you with that kind of stuff. Also, medicine. If you are prone to, say, diarrhea or to sunstroke and to heat exhaustion, these kind of things, you're going to be tripping into the pharmacies. So again, you're going to have to spend money. So just be prepared for that, because that sort of thing won't be covered on your insurance. And to be fair, it wouldn't be worth you claiming that on your insurance. Last one is day trips. Now, you might find yourself over here, it is easy to get into the swing of going out night after night and afternoon after afternoon, but sometimes you might think, do you know what, I really fancy doing trips. And there's some wonderful trips here. There really are. You can go over to Koh Larn, which is the island across the road there. When you stand on Beach Road, you can see it. You've got Koh Samet further round, a lovely island. If you're not sure about either of these islands, Koh Larn or Koh Samet, check out my videos. I've done some videos on them. They really are fantastic islands. I highly recommend both. You might be into your diving or your fishing. Maybe you want to go around some of the tourist attractions. We've got some fantastic tourist attractions here. And also, if you found yourself some company for the tour, for the trip, you might like to take her with you as a tour guide, stroke interpreter, stroke someone to spend the afternoon and the evening with, looking around these places. We've got some lovely places. Sanctuary of Truth. They've got the Water World. We've got the Floating Market. Oh man, we've got so many. Big Buddha Mountain. All these kind of things. So be prepared that you may find that you want to go off and do these things. So again, you've got a budget for this, because if you don't, it is going to come back and sneak into your funds, and you might think, damn, I didn't expect that to cost this amount of money. Now, I know you're only here for 2 weeks, so I'm going to say I hope this isn't something that happens. However, never say never. You might even find yourself going to a trip up to the village. So, if you break your 3-day rule and you fell in love and she says, oh, I'd love to go and see my family this weekend, please can we go? When you go up there, guys, kerching, you are the ATM. In general. So again, be very aware that these kind of scenarios will present themselves to you at certain times when you least expect it. So again, just make sure in your mind you've budgeted for these kind of eventualities, because it can and it does happen. All right, so that's basically the things that I think you should budget for. If I've missed anything, please drop me a comment below. What I want to do is summarize now. So what I did was I went through everything and I came up with a list of figures. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just giving you a guide. Please, guys, if you disagree or you agree, drop your comments below. What do you spend 2 weeks here? And listen, if guys are coming on the comments here and they're saying, well, I don't care, I spend this, that, and the other, and they become the 2-week millionaires, well, that's fine, guys. Please respect each other. It's a holiday. It doesn't matter whether you've saved for the last 3 years to come out and blow it like a 2-week millionaire. It doesn't matter, but let's be respectful to each other, please, guys. All right, so my figures are flight, £1,000. That's what I'm going to average. I reckon £1,000 is the average flight, roughly, for there or thereabouts to get out here. Your taxi, that's going to be 2,200 baht. I'm going to go 1,100 there, 1,100 to Pattaya and 1,100 going back. Hotel, 14 nights. I'm going to work on the average of 1,000 baht a night. So that's 14,000 baht. Food. Now I've split the food. I've given you half Thai food and half Western food, and that works out roughly about 6,000 baht over your 14 days, roughly there or thereabouts. Drinks. I'm going to go on 2 drinks per hour. You're probably thinking you're having a laugh. I drink much more. But anyway, let's go with 2 drinks per hour. 6 hours drinking. So if you're going to go out at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you're going to be heading home at 10. I know it's a small bracket. I'm sure many of you go out far more than that, but I'm just trying to give it a little bit of a block. So 2 drinks per hour, 6 hours a day, 14 days. Do you believe it? Works out 14,000 baht. There you go. That's just your drinks. Transport, I'm going to give you 2,000 baht per the stay, which is like 10 baht trips, 50 baht taxis, 40 baht taxis. I reckon 2,000 baht is a fair guide depending on where you're located. Here we go, entertainment. Now you're here for 2 weeks, which is 14 days. So I'm going to budget 30,000 baht. Okay, 30,000 baht, which is just over 2,000 baht per day. I know it's not enough. I know it's not enough because you've got to include on top of that the contribution to the girl when she wants to go home. But I'm just saying, as a guide, I reckon 30,000 baht roughly. Don't forget though, that is not including what you will give her when she goes home. That is just the bar fine and the drinks while you're in situ. Consumables, so things like medicine, water, toiletries, shower gels, things like that. I think 3,000 baht for the 2 weeks is a fair price. And day trips, I've allocated 15,000 baht for your day trips. Now that may not happen. You might not need that, but at least it gives you a budget. So great. So when you add it all up, it comes to 87,000 baht. Minus, don't forget, I'm not including what you would give the girl if you do have any company stay with you. 87,000 baht, which is roughly £2,000 for a 2-week holiday out here. Now, please guys, it's subjective. It's just a guide. It's something I think is roughly where you would be, there or thereabouts. But drop your comments below. What do you think? Is my figures complete rubbish and you disagree with them? Are they OTT and too expensive, or are we roughly where we should be? What do you think, guys? What do you think? Please drop your comments below. That's what I love about the community here we've got. We've got so many vastly experienced people as well as newbies, so it helps all of us get together and kind of give each other that arm around the shoulder and say, listen mate, have a look at this. This is where we sit. All right, so there you go. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. And also check out Discord. This is a fantastic resource exactly for what we're talking about today. If you want any information about prices or recommendations, get into Discord, totally free of charge. But it may save you an absolute fortune. There's some very, very experienced guys, so have a look on Discord. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work that I do here, there is a link to in the description below. Membership starts from as little as 89 pence a month. Okay, guys, that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and please, as always, wherever you are in the world, stay safe.